Alrighty guys, 'tis I, ChrissieGirl, and we're on part 12 of my Sonic 06 playthrough Silver story. And we just beat a bunch of boring, annoying trials, and now we're going to help Sonic out. Because we don't hate him anymore. We've realised he's not doing anything wrong. So anyway, we're moving on to Kingdom Valley now. And I know I mentioned in a couple of points in Sonic and Shadow story that I have the official strategy guide. And in the back of this strategy guide, it actually has all the names of all the enemies. You know, like Egg Armor, Egg Buster, Egg Bomber, for the robots. But I did mention that I thought that the Iblis minions had some pretty daft names. You know, the generic lizardy fire monsters with the big teeth that breathe fire and jump on you. They're actually called biters. I thought they were. I just think biters are a really stupid name. Of course it's gonna fucking bite. It's got massive teeth. You couldn't think of a better name. This enemy is a Egg Guardian. Well, and these two I think are gunners or something. No, lancers. They're lancers. I'm going to be really out of time if I look at enemies on the screen and think, oh, they're flip through the pages, flip through the pages. But yeah, you've also got the golems, which are the big lava giants that are mostly have armor. But, you know, that's not a stupid name. The stupidest name of all, I think, would be the Lava Bird. Not the Mephiles version, but the Iblis version. For some reason, it doesn't list the Mephiles version as having a different name. The birds are called Takers. What the fuck? Taker! Oh, and the Mephiles version of the biter is called a stalker. It follows you in your sleep. Yeah. This is the gimmick with Silver's version of Kingdom Valley. I fucking forgot the stage name. Yeah. I'm getting all my words muddled up. Silver's version of Kingdom Valley's gimmick is that he'll jump on these pendulums and he'll make them swing with his psychic powers because he's awesome like that. The idea is obviously to knock the towers down with the pendulums. Nothing too hard. A little bit boring, but that's not surprising. As for the Eggman robots, most of their names are generally, you know, generic, and they actually aren't too bad. I mean, you've got Egg Chaser, Egg Liner, Egg Gunner, Egg Flyer, Egg Guardian, Egg Cannon. I'm not going to point them all out as we go along because, as I said, it would be difficult to see an enemy and then go, oh my god, oh my god. What's the name of that enemy? Flip through the pages, flip through the pages. And no, I don't actually need the strategy guide to get through the game. I can actually play the game quite well without it. I bought a bunch of strategy guides purely to collect them, and I have never actually used them. The only time I would find myself using the strategy guides is maybe the Sonic Advance 2 one, because getting those 7 fucking rings to get into the special stages is just annoying. Cannot think of a worst possible way to enter the special stage. I'm not gonna lie, I hate the way that they made it so you could get into the special stages in that game. Yeah. But other than that, I don't use strategy guides generally. Apart from, like, the only other time I've used them is for, like, you know, I bought them is for Pokemon because of the Pokedexes they have in the back. They're pretty nifty to have. I'm a sad fucker. Here's an interesting little segment. It's has nothing to do with Silver or Blaze. I don't know if I should put this off until later. But I figured why I had the strategy guide out now. Under the Rouge the Bat, it says here, it says, never be fooled by these wiles, for Rouge cares only for herself and her own needs. However, there have been rumours that she has feelings for both Shadow the Hedgehog and Knuckles the Echidna. That's a love triangle that could really put off some sparks. I am not joking, it actually says that in the strategy guide. It's the Prima strategy guide. Yeah. And it actually says that. Rouge is so in love with two. She fancies two guys at the same time. Well, you know. I mean, in my personal opinion, I've always thought that she's cared for Shadow, and much like a brother. I mean, I don't have any issues with, you know, the pairing Shadow and Rouge, but, you know, in my personal view of the series, I don't see Shadow entering a relationship at all. He's not the type. I just don't think he'd let himself get that close to someone in, you know, that sense. And yeah, I just think that, you know, Rouge kind of cares about him in a sort of brotherly sort of way. Maybe. Knuckles, I think she probably does fancy. And I think he might, you know, have a bit of a soft spot for her. Anyone remember that song in Sonic Adventure 2, that rap? Where he says, I don't love you. Yeah, why the fuck would you need to tell me you don't love her unless you're trying to deny the fact that you love her? Because it certainly wasn't a question in my mind until you said, I don't love you. But anyway, let's get off the topic of this and get on to actually talking about the fucking stage. Don't actually need to get on the pendulum here. I don't know why I was trying to get up there. You just need to propel it forward like so. It's fun. Criminal damage! Let's break down this memorable old castle and turn it into even more of a fucking ruin. Kingdom Valley with Silver's not too bad, but, you know, it gets boring in a few places. Also gotta love how he's completely and utterly, you know, feather light. You can go up these steps with no problem, but with Shadow and Silver tried the same thing. No, Shadow and Sonic, not Shadow and Silver. Ugh! But yeah. Shadow and Sonic will go plummeting to their deaths because they're too fucking heavy. They need to lose weight. Yeah. Yeah, I just thought, well, I mentioned the game guide quite a few times, and I never actually got the fucking thing out to talk about what was in there. And now I have, so, yeah. Do you ship Rouge with Shadow, or do you ship Rouge with Knuckles? Or do you think that Sonic should leave relationships out of it? Hey, I may ship a few Sonic couples, but, you know, I'm not serious about it. I do it as a sort of joke now. Back when I was like 16, I used to take it so seriously. It was fucking stupid how I used to take it so seriously. Like, they were fictional characters, but you tried telling me that back then and I would have been like, so? I can do what I like. I don't have a problem with people shipping, you know, couples, but it's just I don't personally go in for it big time anymore. I prefer to enjoy the games for what they are, and the series, you know, the characters for what they are, and all that. So yeah. Not to mention that if Sega were to ever make a pairing canon in the series, you know, official, you'd get so much backlash from a lot of fans of the other pairings. Like, you want to know the main group of fans that bashed Elise before the game had even come out because of, you know, trailers showing that there was a sort of relationship between Sonic and Elise. It was the Sonic and Amy fans, the fans that liked the idea of Sonic and Amy being together. They really went fucking crazy when they learned that there was going to be a sort of relationship between Sonic and Elise, and they started saying, you know, bashing Elise like crazy. I actually remember I used to frequent fanfiction.net, you know, a few years ago. Don't anymore because I just can't be fucked. I have better things to do with my time. Now, you know, I only go on there once in a blue moon now, but I used to go on there all the fucking time. But anyway, there was this fanfic story where Elise was portrayed as a complete and utter bitch. And this was after the game had come out, and no matter what you say about Elise, yes, you know, that comment about her not caring about the world, spoiler, was a bit insensitive, a bit selfish, but you know, she's not the complete and utter bitch that she was portrayed to be in this story that I read. And I actually left a review on this person's story, and I said, I'm sorry, but Elise is not evil. You know, not evil as in Eggman evil, but not, you know, cruel and the way that this person was portraying her to be, you know, a complete and utter bitch, basically. And I turned around and said, you're portraying her completely wrong. She's completely out of character. And I know a lot of Sonic fan brats. Sonic, yeah, that's what it's called, Sonic and Amy. I know there are a lot of fan brats out there. And yes, I call them fucking fan brats, because if you're going to be a complete and utter douche to people, because some of these fan brats are, they're douches to other people who have a different opinion. Oh, we get to play as Sonic briefly. Quick change of subject. Back on the subject. But yeah, if you're going to be a complete and utter douche to other people because their opinion differs from you, then I'm sorry, but you're a fucking fan brat. And a douche. Or a douche. One or the other, maybe both. Depends. But yeah. You know, they did it with Sally as well. The Sonic and Amy fans. They made stories about how Sally was a complete and utter bitch. I have watched Sat AM. She is not a bitch. I don't know about the Archie comics because I live in the UK and I've never been in any position to actually get a hold of the Archie comics. And to be honest with you, I really couldn't care less anymore. You know, I just play the Sonic games now. I don't really collect comics or anything. And that Sonic segment was short as fuck. Fuck, I'm talking about everything today except for the fucking game. That just goes to show you just how fucking boring it is. Yeah. I'm probably babbling now. But yeah, it's not just the Sonic and Amy fans, to be fair. There are fans of every single couple in the franchise who are just absolute fucking apeshit. And, you know, can be downright douchey towards other people with different opinions. It's not just the Sonic and Amy fans, so don't think that I'm just attacking them. It's just that they were probably the best example from my time in that particular area of fandom. I was actually a fan of them, you know, so I can definitely tell you there were a load of douchebags in there. You know, some of them were actually old enough to know better. Some of them were just, you know, kids with no fucking clue, so I'll let those ones off. But the way I see it now, they're just fictional fucking characters. Why take them so seriously? That's the way I see them now. You know, if you enjoy it, that's thing, you know, fantastic, enjoy it, but don't force it on anybody else, and don't, you know, cop a strop when someone doesn't feel the same way as you. But anyway. I think we're nearly at the end of the stage, and I fucking died. Fail! I'm just flicking through the fucking book because I'm bored. Yeah. I think Movie Maker's starting to fuck up. So I think after this part, I think I'm going to have to save the videos and get them uploaded. Because I can't have myself going through the bullshit that I went through earlier on in this playthrough. I'm starting to really get bored watching this, so maybe it's a good thing I won't be rambling on about shit no one cares about. I suppose I want to make it quite clear though. I don't like Sonic 06, but I respect the opinions of other people, so if you do like Sonic 06, then that's fine, I don't care. I mean, there are bad games that people can enjoy, you know, games that have been rated as bad that people enjoy. And, you know, if everybody agreed on the same fucking thing, it'd be a boring world. I mean, I know there are people that don't like Sonic and the Secret Rings. I love Sonic and the Secret Rings. I mean, it's not the best Sonic game in the world, but I really enjoyed playing it. Black Knight, not so much. I didn't mind Black Knight, but it wasn't as good as Secret Rings in my book. And, you know, I actually even enjoyed Shadow the Hedgehog to an extent. I say to an extent because I do recognise the game had a load of flaws that even got on my tits a bit, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't like I'm going to kill myself bad. You want an example of a bad game? A game that you should never ever play? Well, in my book, that would be something along the lines of... Oh, there's a gory. Doctor Who Return to Earth on the Wii. Fucking terrible game. But anyway, that's that part. We're moving on to the next part finally. See you then.